Well, let's now move on to the match today. We've kept a close eye on Punjab King, who won the toss and elected to bowl against the table topper RCB. The toppers in the crucial IPL game clash at the Dharamshala. RCB got off to a strong start, reaching 159 for 3 in 15.2 overs. Virat Kohli scored a fluent 58 of 37 deliveries before falling to Chahal. Venkatesh Iyer remained unbeaten of 39 of 27 balls. Now all you need is a clinical batting effort to chase down a challenging total in four. A lovely Dharamshala pitch. What do you make up of this match, Satish? And then I'll get David Brooks on his favorite topic in the world, Virat Kohli.
It's not going to be easy for Punjab because I think they are coming on a stretch of losses. I think almost 6 losses on the stretch. And I think the run rate is about 10 already. So the team is on the last 4 or 5 overs. So it looks like Punjab is going to chase in excess of 200 runs. And with this kind of a bowling attack of RCB, where you have a Hazelwood and you have a Bhuvi coming and keeping those power play overs in check, it's going to be very difficult for Punjab because Punjab relies heavily on the top 4 to give them a good start. So that I think it's advantage RCB in this game, Sunil, because the confidence is low. But Punjab is, I think it's also a big test or challenge for Shreyas Iyer to showcase his captaincy as well as his skills as a leader, because to regroup a team that is already on the back foot, that's on the downslide, to stop the slide, arrest that slide, and come back and book a place in the playoff is going to be a big task. So everything put together is going to be a huge task for Punjab, and I think it is advantage RCB at this point in time.
David Brooks, very quickly on Virat Kohli for the match today.
Well, 3 sixes, 4 fours, 58 and 37 balls. You can't ask for much more than that from Kohli. He's in great form at the moment. Unlike Jacob Bethel, a lot of English fans would say, why isn't he at home a test match in 2 weeks' time? He's named in the starting 11 and he's still out playing in the IPL and not doing his game that much good. We haven't seen a big score from him. Fortunately, RCB were not reliant on him. The captain, as Satish is saying, playing so nicely, and he's got that acceleration going. Well, he's on 59 not out at the moment, 181 for 3, my latest score. If they can push that total, what they've got 3 and a bit overs left, if they can get up to 210, 220, it's going to take some getting. But then I've thought that how many occasions have we said that in this tournament, and then found that the chasing team is able to hit the target. If they can withstand the opening spell from Bouvet and Josh Hazelwood, who to me, have been the standout bowlers in recent games in the league, then they've got a chance, haven't they? But I think I'm with Satish. I think it's with RCB at the moment advantage.
Well, absolutely. RCB at advantage stage, and that's what the points table look like. They look very healthy for RCB. There's always going to be a tussle between the 4th, 5th, and the 6th, and that's what you're seeing right now. Well, Punjab started as favourites of reaching out to the final, but guess what? Lost 5 matches on the trot, and that's what has been the problem. Again, welcome again for the special edition of Road to Qualifiers here on Newsx tonight. We return the spotlight on Punjab Kings, a team that has shown flashes of brilliance, and they seem to be contenders in the overall game. Of course, half of the points table known this that they've been up for some good challenge, but for a playoff spot led by Shreyas Iyer, Punjab possesses explosive batting firepower at the top. Shashank Singh, Nehal Vadera, and Prabh Singh, while the bowling unit seems to be the spin wizardry of Chahal. Punjab Kings finally break the playoff drought this season, or will the road to qualifier end here? We dissect their strengths, weaknesses, key players, and guess what? What do we have on that? Satish, very quickly, what is the strength that Punjab possesses when we look at the overall structure of the team?
Punjab's batting is phenomenal, Sunil. They have some very good match winners. But I think the bowling has been a letdown because they have not been able to restrict the opponents. And then the other Achilles heel, I would call it, is that fielding or the catching, because they have dropped a few catches. So with a weak bowling and you don't, your fielders don't support you and don't convert those half chances into the chances, it becomes that much more difficult for a team to contain their opposition. So in that sense, I think Punjab's biggest weakness is their bowling and their fielding overall. But the overall strength lies in their batting, and I would say that Shreyas Iyer has been their backbone or the linchpin that has been holding this team together for the last couple of seasons. But still, it's asking for too much from the top 4 or 5 of the Punjab Kings batsmen to take the team always through. As I keep always repeating, the batsmen can win your matches, but it's the bowlers who will win you the trophies. So unless you possess a very strong bowling lineup, like the way GT had, even if you have a one off day, that's okay. But if you have a strong bowling lineup, you can keep coming back strongly. But that is where Punjab is lacking at this point in time now. That's right.
Well, absolutely. When you look at the current scenario one is they're currently at 7 wins, 5 losses. And when you have a points table of 14, when you look at the scenario, if they win both the matches, 18 points, almost 100% qualification. But when you look at the scenario two, 1 win, 1 loss, what do we have? 16 points, and the qualification drops to 85 to 95%. Very high chances of winning the rest of the matches, 1+, 1 loss. David Brooks, how do you assess as a professor of cricket in the overall scheme of things? Do you think they've lost the plot somewhere? They started so well, and suddenly a string of losses puts a dent in their team overall camaraderie and also on the net run rate.
Yeah, I don't think there's a strain within the team. They're well led, and I'm sure it's just a blip. But how long is that blip going to last for? That's the question. Strengths wise, top order, yeah, very good. Cooper Connolly has been a revelation, hasn't he? I mean, not a name that was that familiar to me. Hasn't done that much at international level, but certainly repaid his transfer fee, his fee in the auction. He's repaid that several times over. I've been very impressed with Arya at the top, and it's in the last match they introduced Azmat, the Afghan, which I thought looked good. I have to agree with Satish again that the bowling is the weak point. Arshdeep, what you get with Arshdeep, we're never quite sure from one match to another. Days when he's expensive, he can go for a lot. Other times he looks like the good bowler that we know that he is. So I'll be looking to see what he does. Lockie Ferguson's in the team today. Can he do anything? Can he come to the table? I mean, that would be a question, I guess, to ask. But I don't see any major problem with the captain or the camaraderie within the side. They've got to have a go today to try and pull off a victory. It's going to be tough for them, but you wouldn't bet against them. And they've got the team spirit, I'm sure, to come through. I'll say I've been impressed with Shreyas Iyer's captaincy, and I'm sure that they've got more. We're going to see more of them. I wouldn't be surprised if they did make the playoffs. I would expect them to.
Well, absolutely. You just spoke about the captaincy, David. Very pertinent point. Satish, you've known the Indian cricketing circles and you know the latest murmurs that are going around. Do you think if Punjab, hypothetically, if they get into the final, do you think Shreyas Iyer will have a go at the captaincy of at least the T20?
He's very much in the contention, Sunil. But I've seen him in two different avatars, basically. One as a captain of a franchisee, and one as an international player. While he is a marvelous cricketer and a captain in the IPL level, I am not sure whether he is repeating or reciprocating or replicating the same level at the international level. Sometimes he gets a little flustered in the international level. So I think if we could adjust those little small things, if we could come up with, why not? He could be a good captaincy potential. But I'm yet to see that because of the two instances. One instance I saw was when I was covering the final of the Champions Trophy in Dubai. He was a little flustered when the ball was spinning against New Zealand in the final. Santner kept him under check. 160 he hit, and the next ball he got out. So these sort of things won't do well. It could be well with for a batsman, but if you're a captain, you need to take those pressure. You need to handle those moments and take your. It's not always you can be on the top. You need to give the bowlers that time, and then you got to accept those blows and then come back stronger. So I'm sure you would have learned those small lessons in the last 1 year, which I've seen him. So why not? Why not? Because obviously the T20 captaincy, Surya Kumar Yadav is not doing great in terms of scoring runs, and in fact his performance has dropped to abysmal depths when since he took over as a captain. Otherwise, he was a world #1 player. From there, he is number somewhere way down. So I think captaincy has always been a issue in Indian cricket, excepting I would say Dhoni or Kohli, who has taken the captaincy and started performing better. So you need to show that kind of a character. That the captaincy of Indian team is not easy, whichever format you are doing. But why not? I would say have Gill as the captain for all three formats because he's a good player who's got the strong head over his strong shoulders is what I feel. So, but Shreyas is not a bad choice. He's certainly in the running, and I'm sure if the BCCI gives it to him, it'll be a good, worthwhile experiment for the BCCI to do that. But he should show that a little character that he is not going to be flustered in those small moments.